That was when Captain Parking Lot still owned them, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Man, that was the dark night of the soul. I wrote a letter to the LA Times. To the Dodgers, you owe me.
That's another thing that irks the shit out of me. Roberts just throws games away constantly. Well, I'm just going to let this guy, and this guy sit. It's like, okay, let me get this straight to you. These guys play 162 games in a fucking year, in an entire motherfucking year. Okay, most of your crowd works 5 to 7 days a week.
Yes, they do.
They save up for months and months and months to bring their fucking kid to the game, and they're not going to get to see Ohtani. Why? Oh, well, because we've just decided to sit for a day. The motherfucker doesn't do anything except get up, swing a bat, and sit down. Oh, it drives me nuts.
$700 million.
Yeah. Bullshit. I think we are on here. Oh, no, it still says we'll begin shortly.
He's waiting for you to stop ranting, I think.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Well, you got some, you have some justification for your rantings.
Well, I can tell you of many years when I was a roofer and, starting at 6 a.m. and working until, you couldn't really see anymore, and then having to go home and deal with kids and, boo-hoo for you-hoo, sitting on the bench, whining because you need a day off because you swang too many times yesterday. You want to trade? I'm working in 104 degree on a roof that's black.
Yeah.
And just beating the sun right back into me. And the guy had a sparkling, beautiful swimming pool in the back, and he told us in no uncertain terms, do not go near my swimming pool. And so boo-hoo.
Man of the people.
Yeah, you don't need no rest if you're a ball player.
When this is going to drive me nuts. I'm starting to lose it. All-time games played record, shortstop, Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, Cal Ripken
Cal
Jr.
Ripken
Yeah.
broke the record for the most games played. I still remember his rather self-effacing comment, which was, people are acting like this is some big thing. He says, like it's tough for a big, fit, prime of his life, every food and training table cared for, to show up at work and play.
Yep.
4 or 5 hours every day.
And that's why he was such a big hero to so many.
And I'd be one of them. That recognition.
And what was Lou Gehrig? 2,142 games, I think. But
35.
Something, yeah. But he played first base, and no offense against Lou, because that's still an amazing amount of games. But first base compared to shortstop, there's almost no comparison. That's like, well, I drive a bus. Well, I drive Indy 500.
Right.
Well, I drive a bus part-time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I drive like 14 hours straight. Well, not straight, but in a big circle.
That's another really, really good point. The big difference between guys throwing the ball to you and guys whacking them to you at 118 miles an hour.
Yeah. That's boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That's not Wipeout. That's Walk Don't Run, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Throw a guitar in this, I swear to God.
You gonna do Jimmy's cues tonight? Okay. I'll try and remember to give you a point.
I'll try to remember to pick them up. You see where the CMP is cutting loose a bunch of trench guns?
I did see that.
Now they're auctioning them.
Oh, I heard they were going to put them in the store and sell them, and they were going to be like at $1,900. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Oh, I
for
would
a
love for
fact.
that to be true.
Not me. I got a bunch of them coming up in the next couple of auctions, and they get killer diller dough.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
If they go to auction, I would love it. So then I get one.
Yeah.
Because I've seen them going. I've seen the highest I've seen is 12.5.
Oof.
With them sitting between 5 and 8.5 easily.
Yeah, 5 is about the norm these days. I haven't seen 12 grand. What was so special about it? It must have been in incredible condition.
It was like.
Wow.
It was in 1897.
Yes.
Stupid camera keeps deciding to hit this as the focus to keep it blurring you out.
Oops. Yeah, I look better blurry anyway.
Come on, ladies. Hurry or I get blurry.
I'm just a blurry kind of guy. What do you want from me? Huh?
Move that fast, man. I'm like the smoke. I'm like the wind. I'm like the night.
Hmm. Well, Jimmy's not in tonight, guys. He is with his family on some kind of a thing. He said he was going to call in, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So he's doing good family stuff.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. So. Yeah, he will be back next week. Kevin did inform me that Leon is ready to go live. So that's a good thing. We should be. I'm going to call him this week and set up probably the 2 weeks from tonight. We should have another Motor Slinger show.
That will and shall be good fun.
Yeah.
And they're both going to be, or is George?
I don't know. Kevin said that he wanted to try this as the first time, maybe. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if we can, what we're going to do about that. George is shit. We could almost have him on just by himself these days. he's gotten quite the following.
And he's a regular caller and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and he knows airplanes.
Oh,
you
man.
Want to talk about your Corsair
Yeah, oh God, yeah. He knows airplanes like I know firearms.
and cars.
Yeah.
Oftentimes you get going with Leon. Like, holy crap, you really do know your stuff.
Well, we grew up rather sparsely. Well, I'll just say it that way. And we only ever had one car. From the time I was 5 or 6 until I was a high schooler, I actually learned to drive in that car. It was a 65 Galaxy 500 that when my pop worked for the Herald Examiner,
Wow.
he bought new, yeah, and then the next year the Herald Examiner went out on strike, and of
I think they
course
still are, aren't they?
they never settled, yeah. And he never went back to work, and in the 60s and early 70s, trying to live on my mom's secretarial pay wasn't really getting it done. So we went from the house with a swimming pool, buying a new car every 2 years or whatever, to we kept that one car. We lost the house.
Have a bread sandwich.
Pretty much, yeah. You'd be amazed what bread with a little bit of sugar and syrup was quite often my breakfast. and to think about that today, I think I would barf. Yeah, I don't think I could handle that today, but whichever cereal was on sale would become my
That's what you
friend.
got.
Yeah.
I'm one of 9, so I have a remarkably similar story to tell.
Yeah. I mean, we would go grocery shopping every Friday and get what, it was just me, my mom, and my dad. And so, we didn't have to get a lot of stuff. And I would always ask my mom for. Remember, Gemco at least always had at the checkout behind it a row of penny candy stuff, and I'd ask her for a penny, and she would never ever give me one. So I finally learned to bring my own damn penny, and and I'd go get my own stuff. Even then, I thought, geez, Mom, it's just a penny.
Sometimes it didn't always happen.
No, and she was raised by a very strict, parental units, and so she decided that that's the way she was going to be too. So, no frills. No nothing. My family always laughs because I always say, for me, Christmas and birthdays was always the same thing. 2 JCPenney t-shirts with pocket and a pair of Levi's because I needed them for school. And it would kind of kill 2 birds with the same stone.
Yeah.
Yep. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger syndicated radio and social media network.
That's right. From San Diego to San Francisco, from LA to Phoenix to Las Vegas, we are on the air.
Things are looking good, except you can notice if you're watching us or if you're listening to us, you'll notice we're missing the high harmonies.
Yeah. Actually, he's more of the middle baritone. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Jimmy is out with his family for the week, so he won't be here tonight, so it's just me and Mark. But everybody wish Jimmy, he's nothing wrong with him. Everything's fine. He just took a vacation. So he won't be here tonight, but he will be back next week. And in the meantime, you got stuck with me and Mark.
That's all right. We're going to talk about many, many things.
That's right. So, news, Kevin worked it out, and him and Leon, they've been doing a deal so Leon can be with us on the computer. So in about 2 weeks, we're going to have another Motor Slingers show finally.
A remote Motor Slinger show. That's right. They're going to be there. We're going to be here. Yeah. Everyone's going to be where they need to be.
That's right. So we'll figure that out. We'll have an extra computer in here. I don't know how you can work it so everybody can see him, but we'll...
Just hold it up in front of the camera.
Kevin says, I'll figure it out. So there's that. Anyway, this has been quite a week at Gunslingers. On Tuesday late afternoon, I got a call from a young fella. Said had about 100 firearms. He wanted me to come out and give him an appraisal. How much? And I told him, if you really want just an appraisal, this is what it'll cost. And I said, but if you want an appraisal and you're going to put them in my auction, I don't charge you anything.
That seems fair.
Yeah. So he said, well, for now, come on out. So I went out the next morning, and it was about 100, 110 guns right in there and some other stuff. And I looked at it, and as I was looking at it and writing up my appraisal ideals, his mom came out and she said, "Are you the gun guy?" I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Good, take all of these." The whole time the son had been telling me, well, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to do this. Mom come by and said, no, you take them all. Okay, so I had to go back.
Son, I got some good news and some bad news.
Yeah, so I had to go back and grab the van because my truck is good size, but it's not going to fit 110 guns. So I went back, and while I was on my way back, my buddy Kurt called, and so me and Kurt went back, and we finished out the inventory sheets and grabbed all the guns, and off we went. So that was Wednesday, and then Wednesday evening, I got a call from a gentleman that had called into the show and said he had around 400 guns. Remember this?
That's been going on for
months and months
now.
and months and months. Well, he finally called and said, okay, I've got some. Come on out. He said, I don't have the 400, but I've got some. So we got out there, and I think it was a total of 120 guns and about 25 extra things, some barreled actions and a bunch of interesting old helmets. There's a couple of pretty nice Nazi helmets. There's a Civil War kepi.
Wow.
Yeah, which is the hat.
Right.
Yeah, so
the Union hat, yeah.
Yeah, so some cool stuff there. And of course, it's not just a matter of picking them up
and throwing them in the van and taking them to the shop and woohoo.
Everything has got to be written down and indexed and
First thing,
serial numbers.
When I go to your place to pick them up, I have to give you a receipt with make, model, and serial number for everything that we take. And then we get them, we get them loaded up. Then we get back. Now, this gentleman was in Burbank, and we got out of there just about 12:30. So can you imagine going from Burbank to Orange at 12:30 in the afternoon on a Thursday?
Could have been worse. It could have been 3:30.
Yeah, it could have been worse, but it could have definitely been better. It
One
was,
of those you can't get there from here.
It was about a 2-hour drive, so we got there, and then once you get there, I have to put them into my A&D book, handwritten. That A&D stands for acquisition and disposition. So you have to put them in that, and then of course you also have to do the FDAS, which to this day nobody really knows what that stands for. It's just FDAS. That's where we have to notify California Department of Justice of everything that comes in, make, model, serial number, caliber, blah, 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 who it came from, and so on and so forth. And to do that for, just about 250 guns.
It's a day's work.
Takes some time. So I was there Friday morning, 7 a.m. to get started. And it's just, we got them done. They're all set. And all of these went into December, which was already, if you remember,
we were pushing the seams there already.
Just about half full. And I think we may be full-ish. Because I got
absolute cutoff at
550, no more than 6. I tell you, 650 is it. And
when I say 710, I mean business.
I got a complete number for September, 691. Why do they keep doing this to me? Anyhow.
Okay, so when is September? While we're on
September, our next auction is September 19th, and we're getting tons of calls about the catalog. I think we're going to put the catalog up Wednesday.
Okay, you always try and do about 30 days. Right?
So we're going to do it a little early just because everybody's getting antsy. I think everybody wants to see those Gene Hackman guns. I really think that's what it is. But we got, besides that, we got a lot of really good stuff. So, September's going to be a real good show. A really, really fine show. But
A burner.
Yeah, so that's going to be that. And let's see, where was I going with that? Anyway, we're getting real close. So if you guys want to get into December, do it soon.
Wow.
Yeah, give me a call or come on by. You can always find everything you need to know about me on gunslingerauctions.com. Oh, man. So anyway, that's the story on that. And
that's without even getting to what you did today.
Well, yeah.
You've been staying in training for getting up early.
I've been getting up early all week. I went and shot at the world famous Double R Bar today, and had a real fun match. John put on a really good match. Some people wouldn't like it, I think, because the targets were pretty close, but the scenarios were all very simple. Things we've done many times, and
we agree that's one of the nicest ranges, if not the nicest range in Southern California.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd go even farther than that. I would say in the whole Western Hemisphere, it's as good as any of them.
There you go.
Yeah, and they don't have to break it down. It's just there. It's just an old-timey town.
And one more thing, unless I missed my guess, wasn't something special about today? Wasn't there a theme today?
Yeah, I told Mark about this earlier. It's August, and tons of us have August birthdays, which just means that all our parents were celebrating on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve was a good time.
Some of us arrived early, some of us a little bit late, but anybody that's middle of August to first week of September, you're a New Year's Eve baby.
Just saying.
So I think it was Gordo, me, Amy, and John all have birthdays, and of course Mark
sprinkled around.
Yeah, but you weren't there, so But we started a lot of the stages with "Happy birthday," "Happy birthday, John," "Happy birthday, me." I had to say "Happy birthday" to myself. I don't know.
But the payoff was you got a very cool shirt.
Yeah, so I got this shirt. They chipped in, and I think Johnny and Annie chipped in, and it says "Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am." Stuck in the middle with you. There you go. All right. Well, speaking of being stuck, let's get to Richard at the airport. How are you, Richard?
Richard.
Good evening, you supercalifragilistic gunslingers.
Thanks.
You left out a couple of key syllables. Don't make me say this backwards.
Oh boy, what's going on, Richard?
I've never handled a Luger, a German Luger, but I've always wondered what are those two knobs behind the barrel there?
Well, that's part of the action. You grab those two knobs and pull it back, kind of like a bow and arrow set. It's a toggle type of action, and you grab those and pull them back, let it go, and that charges the
First round.
Yeah, the first round in, which is good and bad. I mean, the Luger in your hand is one of the best feeling firearms ever. Problem is because that toggle is such a heavy. How do you?
It's a big chunk, and it's out there exposed to the universe.
Yeah, so that makes it a bit unwieldy when you go to try and shoot it, because you've got this big old thing flopping back and going
in front
forward.
of your face.
Yeah, and then a lot of ammo, like 115 grain, which is pretty common in a 9mm. A lot of times won't work it. Of course, now everybody on the internet's going to call me an idiot, but
No, they have a reputation for being jam-o-matic.
Yeah.
Part of that is because they are early evolution firearms.
Yeah, and it's got this really cool little hook that kind of goes down, and you have to hook it.
Yeah.
And if you don't hook it and you pull back on that on those toggles and let it go, you've got a literal bow and arrow set, and that whole top will go out and about 3 feet and land in the middle of the range. Seeing it happen.
Awkward.
Yeah, a little
Especially in
bit.
a gunfight.
Well, especially I had just sold the gun to a guy, and he was so excited that he took it apart. I told him don't do that, but I said if you take it apart, make sure you get that thing put back together right. Otherwise, and he didn't, and he took it back, and he wanted to show it off to his buddies. He loaded it, pulled back, and
Slingshot it into
and
the
shot
dirt.
shot the top into the dirt, and came back so mad at me. And it's like, dude, I told you. Anyway, Richard, got your joke?
Yeah, you know how fast milk is?
How fast is milk?
I don't have any idea.
It's pasteurized before you know it.
Oh, jeez. That's
Richard, you never fail to disappoint.
that's a two-groaner. Thanks, Richard. We'll talk to you next week.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Richard. That's pretty good. Hey, we got a question real quick before we ring off. What's the topic tonight? Because got some people want to get going.
Well,
You put up a whole bunch of cool stuff.
yeah, we've done topics the last couple of weeks. We did toys, and then last week, best. I didn't really think of one because I figured we've been doing so good with phone calls lately that we.
Well, let's give them something to phone call us about.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll think about it during the break, and
Sounds good.
And we'll try and come back with that. In the meantime, when we come back, we got Rick from the CRPA, and you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio and Social Media Network.
and we'll be right back. Picked a bunch of new ones tonight.
And if you don't know who that was,
Shame on you.
seriously, shame on you. Past your eyes before you know it.
Yeah, that was a.
Double R Bar is the cutest range, says this cat taverner, who I understand shot today. Ricky, that was a good one. Ricky, what you be doing? Hey, Rick, help us out. Weren't you guys doing the Guns of August this weekend? If that was so and you did it, give us a real quick review on that, okay? Carol says, I loved Jimco. I never went to one, but I knew it was there.
Oh man, we went to Jim Crow every week. We lived down the street from it before we lost the house.
Good times. .com.
Yep. Rick's got the new theme song.
Did you select some new music for Rick? I was going to ask that.
Little Walking on Sunshine for our friend Rick at the CRPA. How you like that, Rick?
Wow, that's pretty good.
Right?
So I will start off with the sunshine, go into the not so sunshine, and we'll have a good night.
Okay.
So, good sunshine thing is we did win another case against LA County Sheriff's Department due to their failure to process CCWs on time. So that was a huge win. which sent a clear-cut message across to multiple jurisdictions. And it also went up against the city of Laverne, who had excessive permit fees, and the state of California. So, we have the ability for non-residents to apply for California concealed carry permits for the first time. That's now been solidified. We were already in the process of that. We've been able to say you can't take forever, Laverne and LA County, and you can't overcharge people for these. So this combined with our victory in getting 1948 across, we've been able to lower the cost to obtain a CCW effective January 1st. It's much lower. It's spread out over 3 years, not 2 years. Both for initial and renewals, and it just shows you that we are winning. I know some of the big cases that we talk about every week of waiting for those to process through, but we are getting victories, and so I thought I would highlight that.
Okay.
Also, DOJ finally came out with the proposed firearm barrel eligibility regulations. So as you all know, they want to basically have us have to register barrels when we purchase new barrels. This doesn't have to do with anything you own now, but if you go to sell a barrel or if you go to purchase one. And so we have an alert that is going out. But just to kind of give people kind of the background, if you're buying a firearm and you're buying an extra barrel, it gets processed as normal with the regular firearm, and you can take the barrel home early. You don't have to wait the full 10 days. However, if you want to take that home, then you're going to have to fill out a separate form. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit more onerous for FFLs as well as all of us, but this is what's going through. And again, all the FFLs should get the update from our office early this week, so you'll have all the guidelines.
Okay.
So that was the
Britt?
And then, yeah.
Sorry. No, I didn't mean to interrupt, but is anyone mapping the incredible decrease in crime that is taking place as a consequence?
I'll get to that in just a second.
Okay,
but yeah,
good.
I'll definitely touch on that. And then we're in the land of suspense, so we're waiting for the 13th, which is, as you guys know, Thursday. And then Thursday they'll run through about 750 bills in the Assembly and about 600 in the Senate. They'll do it in about 3 hours. They say there's testimony, just so everybody knows, because everybody's like, are you going to testify? No, I'm not going to testify, because it'd be the equivalent of telling your kids, hey, here's your punishment. This is everything that's happening to you. And then saying, do you have any comments? That punishment's already been handed out. It's already done. So that's the way the suspense file hearing goes. So, but it looks, I hope to have some really good news next week, because we're pushing this week, and it looks like we're going to get some stuff across the board, and we're going to possibly kill some stuff, probably lose a couple of the ones we want to get across the board, but very effective session these last 2 years, and it's setting up for the fight already in this next session. As far as what you asked, Mark, I think you're referring to the wonderful Bonta claims, and I have a blistering, 1,900-word article coming out in our next magazine later this month. But I demonstrate over and over and over again all the claims have no weight, because the graphs that they show are no different from the national graphs where we don't have these onerous laws.
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, punishing the innocent for the actions of the guilty.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Absolutely ludicrous what they do, but nothing new.
Yeah, their science is always skewed and ridiculous.
Was it Disraeli who said there are lies, there are damned lies, and there are statistics?
Right.
Well, that's about right. What else is going on, Rick?
Beyond that, we've had a great class. I will do a shout out to all of the different trapped and shooting programs in the state. We have multiple seniors that have graduated this summer that are starting in the next couple of weeks at the Air Force Academy and West Point and the Naval Academy. We have them going to Big Ten and Ivy League schools to shoot on their teams. And so California really had an incredible class this year, which is an incredible recovery story, because we all remember when AB 2571 went through and pretty much closed down youth shooting sports, and we all found ways to fight back. You, Jeff, were highly instrumental in helping us get ammunition that could be used to help support those youth shooting programs, and it takes a couple of years to develop those kids, and we're getting to see the fruits of that work. And so, again, very grateful for everything Gunslingers did.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Any word on any of the Supreme Court stuff?
No, the Supreme Court's kind of in limbo right now. We're probably not going to hear anything till late November.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, no. I'm just.
That wipes out like half of our normal discussion on this. I mean,
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah. Can an FFL in California get a Class 3 license? I asked you that before.
Ooh.
Yeah. I heard that you cannot. Do you have any idea?
you cannot. Yeah, I went and asked, and you cannot.
Okay. For those of you that don't know, a Class 3 means machine gun. And, of course, these are pretty tightly regulated. And, no matter what the left tries to tell you, machine guns have been regulated in the U.S. since, 1934?
34,
yeah.
Correct.
And they're if you've ever gone over to Vegas, there's a place over there you can rent one, and they're kind of a kick. It's not something you want to do often anymore because of the price of
or
ammo.
Can afford to do often.
Yeah, but to just to squeeze a trigger on a Thompson or a BAR would be so cool. Okay. And but California killed that. It didn't used to be that way, but it is now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even the price of 50 cal ammo makes you think twice before you take that second or third shot.
Oh yeah,
wow, a lot of money going down range.
Right. I have a 50 cal. Unfortunately, it lives in Arizona.
Because 50s are outlawed.
Yeah, because 50s are outlawed. So I've got the 416 Barrett, which is basically the same gun, but they necked it down and made an actual better bullet.
It's a
out
better
of it.
cartridge,
and it's the same problem. I mean, it's like $10 a shot. So you shoot two, and you're like, "Ow!"
Exactly.
It's like I don't want to share this with anybody. It's too damn expensive.
Take up something cheap next time, like yacht racing.
Okay. Anything else going on, Rick?
No, it's been a very busy week. There's a lot of typical theatrics going on in the Capitol, but as far as for the Second Amendment, we're in a good position. I'm very happy where things have went. I mean, they can always go better, but looking at years past, the 7 years that we've been doing this together on this show, this has probably been our best year.
Wow,
that's a steady increase in good news and better bumper music. A question: Are you starting to feel the Bunsen burner from the upcoming election at all? I mean, people trying to straighten up and fly right.
It's gonna. Well, no, I think we're gonna have a very contentious election. I think where it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath in some areas, and also at the federal level that will apply pressure. It may cause some of the people in the Capitol to think that they have a chance to move farther to the left, which is hard to believe, but they'll go for it.
Yeah.
And we've got a new freshman class coming in, which we've got some very, very conservative members that look like they're going to come across the line, but we also have some socialist Democrats that look like they're going to make it in. And so it could be very interesting.
Anybody that votes for any of these so-called social democrats should spend 2 weeks in Cuba.
Or 2 weeks in California, for God's sake.
They're already
just
here,
the gas
though.
prices alone should be when everybody else in the United States is not paying them.
It is shockingly stupid, how anybody could vote that way, but. Anyway, what's that old saying? Most these younger people that are voting this way, they don't know
what they don't know.
Yeah, and so they're completely unaware of what it used to be at least quasi-free American.
It's also the failure of history classes inside the schools.
Absolutely.
Well, the failure at schools.
At education.
The dumbing down of America is just about complete. Anyway, Rick, as always, thanks. If anybody wants to join or donate their time, their money, how do they get a hold of you?
Go to crpa.org, and if they have questions, reach out to us at contact@crpa.org. And as I say every week, God bless all of you that watch this, listen to it, and thank you guys for everything you do. And again, on behalf of the kids that are going to be able to go to these universities on those scholarships, it wouldn't have happened without your help, and so we're very grateful.
Okay, and real quick, Rick has his own show every Saturday. Give him that plug real quick.
Yeah, that's on AM 590 at 1 o'clock on Saturdays. and would love to have you listen in and hear what we have to say.
There you go. All right, Rick, thanks. We'll talk to you next week, and good
Thank
luck
you.
up in Excremento this week.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
talk to you, bye. All right, there you go. So, again, things are looking up for us, guys.
That's true. And
Yeah.
again, a slow, steady drip, but in the right direction.
Yeah,
We're winning.
and you know, we try and keep out of politics, but real quick, I just got to say, frickin' vote.
Please.
You know, otherwise, I mean, does anybody really want these the socialists running things? Oh, they're just going to make it worse. I mean, we're so far left now. We go any farther, we're going to end up in the ocean. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers syndicated radio and social media network, where you can call us
at
1-866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752. You should probably save that number and call us every couple of weeks. And if we don't have a specific topic, by golly, call in and give us something to talk about.
I do. I'll mention it when we get back. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers syndicated radio network.
And we'll be right back. Anybody else not hearing this? Apparently, some on Facebook are not hearing us.
We appreciate you sticking with us. We are prepared to use sign language or what's smoke
Okay.
signals. We're back.
When we went to the break, he turned the mics off, and he has to take a bus out for the breaks and then put it back in, and he just turned the mics off and didn't turn
Oops.
it back on in the break.
Okay.
But no, that the whole hit with the break and everything was on. It was just when we
Okay.
went to break, we lost it.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go home. 'Cause all of your hope is gone.
Much confusion. Happiness is just an illusion. It's coming. Go. Darling. Welcome back, everybody. I just love Levi Stubbs. What can I say?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger syndicated radio and social media network. Dare I say empire?
Good enough, yeah. And for those of you that didn't get this before, Ryan, what's that number?
That number is 866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752.
All right, the one and only Leon the Motorman.
Who, by the way, just rung on and wanted to know where is our buddy Jimmy.
Oh yeah, Jimmy's off with his family this week. He took vacation, so he'll be back next week. In the meantime, okay, you guys want a theme? Here's what we want to talk about. You know how sometimes when you go and you meet somebody famous that you really admired for a long, long time, and they turn out to just be a unpleasant human being. How about this? You ready for this? You wanted a gun forever. You finally got it, and it just sucked.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Thank you kindly. So give us a call. What gun did you want forever? And then you finally got it, and you're just so,
You're never supposed to meet your heroes.
Yeah. Okay, here's mine. You ready?
Go for it.
The Tokarev SVT-40.
Now, there are those who say the Tokarev was the World War II era Russian semi-automatic battle rifle.
Yeah.
They didn't make enormous numbers of them.
No, and here's the problem. It's got a very odd recoil. It kind of goes that way. And as a left-handed person, now for you guys on TV, okay, it kind of, if you're here, it goes
right into your face.
Yeah, it literally kicks the you-know-what out of your cheek if you're a left-handed shooter. Now, if you're a righty, it's just, no big deal. But as a lefty...
It's coming into your chops.
I was so disappointed. I bought this thing, and I couldn't... to show you how long ago this was, I think I paid $249 for the gun, because they're over $2,000.
I was going to say, put a zero behind that now.
Yeah, so I was so excited, got it home. And then, of course...
It starts beating you to death.
Well, and when I got it home, I cleaned it, and I set it in my safe, and I don't know for the life of me what I did with the magazine.
Oh, good luck.
And for those of you that are unfamiliar with the gun, the magazines can cost as much as the firearm.
Because they didn't make a lot.
They didn't make a lot, and they are tough to get. And I ended up selling that in the shop, no mag.
You couldn't get one. You own a shop.
I couldn't even find one. So that was that.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah. Give us a call and tell us that story. In the meantime, let's get to. He's been waiting a long time. Let's get to Mark in Woodland Hills. What's going on, Mark?
Hey, it's good to hear that Jimmy's with family and not having to be bailed out.
Oh, you know him a little bit, do you?
No, as soon as I saw your shirt, Jeff, I knew exactly what it was.
Yeah.
I put a little chat on Rumble there. Yeah, that's coming from that era. I'd like to ask you guys about the California Castle Doctrine, as it were. But Mark, could you tell us more about that Young Washington movie? I just looked it up while I was waiting, and it says it only did about 2 years after he got back, I guess, and his brother had passed away, from consumption,
TB,
tuberculosis.
It covers a couple of years of his life, but it's the formative years when he is just starting to make his way. So he's going to join the militia. It's going to cover the Battle of the Monongahela. I could say that if I practice. The Battle of the Monongahela, where he rose to prominence by bailing. This is where the British General Braddock met his actual demise and got shot at pretty good, because the British Army, for all their ability and for how far-reaching they were, had not yet learned. In fact, they kind of never learned the business of fighting in the American wilderness. It wasn't like what they were used to, and it shows how Washington developed his mettle, how it was tested. And it does so in a very, very entertaining format. It's a good movie. It's a really, really
one
good
thing
movie.
I was wondering, Mark, is did it show that he was actually escorted back to his lines by another Mason who recognized the distress symbol that he threw up?
That part is not part of the story. But again, that's good historiography.
One of the highest ranking eventually. Oh, and by the way, the reason he probably never sired any children was that when he picked up smallpox in Barbados, when he was there with his brother, for him to and by the way, I've been there. I've been to the house that they're at.
Are you telling me that in Barbados there's a house that George Washington slept here?
Oh my God! Yes,
Field trip.
It's the pride.
Field trip.
It's the pride. No, I'm telling you right now, the Bajans love that place. The Barbadians love the place.
Wow.
I've been to it myself. It's uninspired, to be honest, but for the time, it was more than adequate. It's in a beautiful location. It's called the George Washington House, as I recall. It's a museum. It's a point of national pride. Actually, I'm not kidding. His brother died when he came back. I guess he stopped in. Oh God, what was it? I forget where, en route, but he died eventually in 1752. I made some notes here because I didn't want to get it wrong. But that was Washington's only international travel. Most of us know that. And the smallpox is probably why he didn't sire any, because it made him sterile, is what some historians argue, and I've read this ad nauseum before. But he was considered Virginia's best horseman.
Yes.
And depending on which side you believe, there was a lot of bad press against him, mostly funded by the Brits. But he jumped out of more than one window of somebody else's wife's house, and she wrote up about it later after her husband had died, and all those papers were bought up. It's just like all the Lincoln papers were bought up too, by interested parties. But apparently, the ladies liked him.
Him and Ben Franklin, they must have been quite the pair.
Well, apparently he was quite good looking. He was very tall for the time. He was absolutely, unquestionably well spoken and very fearless, and that's always going to be attractive. This was a guy who, again, apparently, he could outride anybody in his army. Yep. He could wrestle his tallest soldier to the ground, and this is the guy who threw a silver dollar across the Rappahannock.
Okay. Could you imagine that going into
he was a stud.
Going into a pub and going, "This is my wingman, George Washington."
Right?
Guys, his real talent also was being a spy master, and he paid them all off at the end of the war. Him and Eisenhower were outstanding spy masters. They ran spies all over. That's how he found out. He even had a slave that was his most productive spy, believe it or not.
There's a good
book
called...
There's a lot more to this man than people think. He's not just some wooden figure or on our currency, okay? The guy was a man.
Well, if I may, Mark, one of the things the movie does is it points that out, because he makes mistakes and picks himself back up off the ground, and it shows him literally learning the lessons and forging his character.
Well, he might have, he's pretty much given the credit for starting the war here in the North America, the 7-Year War, what we call the French and Indian War. And
that was going to happen anyway.
The study, though, that would blow your minds. But may I ask you guys about the California Castle Doctrine? It may help a lot of folks that are listening. I understand, that it used to be you had to, unless you were backed up against a wall and had no place to escape or whatever, or run away before defending yourself. Now, I guess you do have the right. You disabuse me if I'm wrong here, but from what I understand, and I want to know just for my own understanding, is that the core rules of the law are, let's see, what is it? Penal Code 198.5.
Without getting into the details.
No duty to retreat.
Yeah.
Legal presumption is somebody breaks in that you were threatened by it. Forcible entry is required, of course, and it does not include family members or household residents. And it's strictly inside the house, not in the yards or driveways or whatever.
So
but,
if you invited them in,
be in keeping with, is that what you understand as well?
That's correct information. The intruder can't be a resident of the domicile. They cannot be an invited guest, etc. Okay, there has to be a forcible entry.
Exactly, which is reasonable. I mean, but I guess if you do have to discharge a weapon, or you have somebody, you're holding them for arrest, you really should have somebody else keep the phone call to a minimum, from what I understand. And then if a shooting does occur, give your location, ask the police to come and have an ambulance if needed. And if you believe there was a death upon arrival, you should tell them there may be a death. But if no shots are fired when the police arrive, put your gun down, back off, and let them take over the situation.
Yeah, and
I mean, the last thing you want to be, they don't know what the story is yet.
A good lawyer, a good friend of mine that's an attorney said, if there's any way possible, get somebody else to call 911. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and keep it to a minimum.
That's protect yourself.
You're just going to get some.
blathering.
You're just going to get some DA that was put in office by Soros.
Well,
and they're going to twist every syllable you say.
Yeah, the 911 operators have been trained to try and get info from you, so it's best to just leave it at, there's been a shooting, ambulance needed, please get police here as soon as possible, and then hang up. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then the Supreme Court, SCOTUS has actually has ruled that you have to invoke verbally your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, and then your sixth, for the lawyer, you have to say it verbally. You can't just go silent.
Yeah.
So it does not. In the world we live in now, you got to know these things, and I want my family to know. I'm sure everybody else does too as well.
There you go. All right, Mark. As always, thanks for the call. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, y'all. Cheers.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Good night, Mark. Fleshing out George Washington a little bit.
Now, when we get back, we have somebody world famous on the line that we're going to talk to. I didn't want to cut it short, so when we get back, we'll go right to him. So be patient. Sorry to keep you holding on so long. And again, give us a call. What's the number?
1-866-870-5752. That's 866-870-5752. Dial that number and then save it. Call us again.
There you go. All right, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers syndicated radio and social media network.
We'll be back with a world famous guy right after this. We only ever get one world famous guy. We only ever get one world famous guy to call us.
Good soundtrack tonight, man.
Like I said, I tried to pick some new ones.
Gunslinger gun shops and auction. Do you have or know of a gun collection, be it one gun or another?
Monsieur.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's a tradition.
Oh, Ricky Riley's calling in.
We literally have thousands of veterans every auction.
Kirk reminds, remember 911 is recording before they even say hello, yeah? And under the torrent of adrenaline, it's easy to get a blather. Ooh, yeah.
As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love, a love that felt so strong. And as I stood up, I think of things we've done together while our hearts were young. I'm not doing that high thing. We're going now. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers. Yeah. Right? Welcome back to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger syndicated radio network.
There you go. And as promised, let's get to our world famous friend, the one and only Leon the Motorman. What's going on, Leon?
Well, good evening, you guys. I'm just really concerned and laying back. What happened to Jimmy? Did he get upset because I did the phone number better, 866-870-5752? I mean, I hope I didn't upset him because I love Jimmy.
He is at a workshop trying to emulate your mellifluous tone.
Oh, man.
I'd
he's
love
doing
to see how you guys are going, too.
Well,
I was just all of a sudden concerned because he always joked about the way I give the phone numbers because they said I had an accent.
Not you. Hey, actually, Leon, I'm glad you called because I got a question for you.
Sure.
Okay, so got a 1950 Ford Woody, and we took out the flathead motor, and we put in a Chevy 350 in it. Now, the guy that helped me put in the motor decided it would be a good idea to take the original radiator, the old flathead radiator, have it augered out, cleaned out, and put in some new inputs and keep it. And so we tried that, and I didn't get down the street, and it was overheating. So we had to turn it right around and go back. So I found a company that makes an aftermarket for small block Chevy radiator. Conversion for this car. Bought it, put it in this afternoon. And there's no fan on the motor, so we bought a great big external fan, put it on, it's working, but it's still overheating.
Well, I don't understand. If you had the fan, usually early Fords, if you convert the early radiator is not sufficient enough.
Right.
But then I was going to ask that if you had an engine-driven fan, and you said that's been removed.
Yeah.
You've got an electric fan now that's blowing against the radiator, and that should overheat it unless you've got too strong a thermostat in the engine, or have you got a thermostat in the engine that's too high, like a 180 or 200?
It's a 180. Should I dump it down to a 150, you think?
Oh, I'd do at least a 150. Maybe maybe, as much as I hate to say it, if you're just going to run short distance, not even run a radiator not a radiator, I'm sorry, thermostat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited to be on your show. No.
You think I should run it with no thermostat at all?
Well, try it. At least it's a way to try it. It's only 2 bolts that hold it on there. And
understood, yeah.
At least try it.
Okay.
Southern California.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Because anytime you do a modification like that with a different engine and et cetera, it's a trial and error on certain things to get it done perfectly.
Fair enough.
What about the coolant mixture?
Coolant mixture should be, the more coolant, the better, because coolant dissipates the heat much better than water.
Okay.
So it's got alcohol base. A 50-50 solution is plenty sufficient for all radiators, regardless what car or make that is.
We put in 2 gallons of antifreeze, and then about 3/4 of a gallon of water. So we got a pretty good mixture in there. But I was just so bummed.
You got a lot of coolant in there.
Yeah. You think too much?
Well, I'm concerned about the water pump too. Do you have the water pump, the circulation is quite concerned when you put an engine modification in, whether the pulley on the water pump is sufficient or whether it should turn faster to circulate the water. Maybe the water's not circulating. I mean, there's things that you have to consider when you do a modification. And hopefully, I don't know whether it's got a different pulley on the water pump. Something of this nature is not circulating the water fast enough.
Well, I was thinking...
So these are things you can consider.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe getting like one of those high-flow water pumps and trying that. But...
Well, that's a good idea, but I mean, we should be able to run it with what you have now, providing it had the right pulley on the water pump, and the fact that you got enough coolant in the radiator system.
Yeah, well,
the cooling system, I should say.
Okay.
So it should be sufficient.
Okay.
But if not, tow it over to my place. And
take a look at it.
Let me guess, $500?
Yeah, I need a job. I mean, come on.
Do you think a fan shroud is needed or no? Because it does not have one right now.
Well, a fan shroud is great, but that's usually for once it's on the other side of the radiator, But if you've got a sufficient fan out in front of the radiator and a good strong fan, that should be fine. That should be work really, really good because it runs continuously.
He actually put the fan on the inside, and pulling it.
Well, I don't know whether that's sufficient enough. If you got a room to put it on the outside and a bigger fan, the larger the fan, the better off it'll be.
Yeah, it's a good size fan, but he did put it on the inside. And I'll be honest, it didn't even dawn on me. I don't even know if it's, pulling or pushing air. I didn't think to check that until just now.
You might
That was
want to
my
know
next question, whether it was pushing out or pulling the air in.
Yeah.
So you need to check that out. And does it have it on a thermostat where it only comes on at a certain time, or does it come on as soon as you start the engine?
It comes on once it hits 180. Which is where the thermostat is. So tomorrow I'll go get a 150, and we'll kind of go with that. See how we do there.
That's the first thing I would try, just to be on the
on
the safe side.
Honestly, I've bought brand new thermostats that didn't work, so that's another thing that could
and
be.
it's hot right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was warm. This was where as soon as I got home from shooting today, it was 115. It was about 115 out. All right. Well, as always, thanks, Leon.
Well, I'm doing my best. Give me a call, and we'll figure this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
But what other cars did you purchase this week?
Well, I was good this week. I was too busy at the shop, so I didn't get anything. And we're just starting to get going on the 1940. So I cannot wait to hear that motor turn over, because it looks like it's all there, and I can't wait to hear it through them glass packs.
Well, I'm concerned to make the cooling system on that as well.
Yeah, same here. But
that's good.
Yeah,
I love you guys. I miss Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing he's missing, we love the ladies to call in.
Well, you know what, Leon? Give them that number, will you?
Oh, okay. That number is 866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752. And I'm going to keep listening, and I love the ladies to call in. Please give me a call. Makes me feel real good.
Well, and you know what, Leon? At the top of the hour is always our second
Power Pack Hour.
Just another thing we stole from Leon.
Power Packed Hour. That's right. We need a Power Packed Hour.
That's it.
That's right.
All right, Leon. What do you think about 2 weeks? We set this up and do a Motorslinger show?
I'm ready to do it. I'm getting close to do a Motorslinger show for you guys, and that's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Then let's make it official. 2 weeks from tonight will be our next motor. Kevin, you get that? All right. So 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have you on air.
We got it, and I look forward to it.
All right, very good.
Make sure Jimmy's there so I could give the correct phone number, 866-870-5752.
Will do. Thanks, Leon. Thanks for calling in. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Have a great evening, you guys.
Thanks.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
calling, Leon. Boy, after listening to him do that, now I think I want to go attend that workshop that Jimmy's at, trying to get that rich, dulcet Carolina tone.
I tell you what. Oh, man. There's always a kick when Leon. I tell you, this car was driving me nuts today. Everything. You ever start a project when it just fights you because it wants to? That has been this
recently.
car. Yeah, I mean, just everything. You go to do anything, and it just fights you every step of the way, and that's been this car.
He'll beat it, though.
Well,
Ain't no quitting you.
There's been a few people told me I should have left it alone with the flathead in it, but literally top speed was about 38 miles an hour.
It's not sufficient for a modern road. What does one do? Is there a giant warehouse filled with old, unloved flathead engines out there somewhere?
They have become incredibly collectible.
That is my thought. Maybe not as a piece to motor you down the highway.
No, well, you can build them out and make they're only a 221. So I mean, they're not
pretty puny.
They're not a real high impact motor, but you can build them out and make them cruise pretty hot.
Yeah.
The one that was in this car, I have a good friend of mine, Sean, up in Oregon, that helped me get the original 390 that we were going to put into the Mustang, and he's building a 1951 Merc like America. He's as
kooky American graffiti guy as I am, and he's already built the best 32 Ford I've ever seen. And now he's got a 55 and a 51 Merc that he's also building, and he makes them exactly like the cars in the movie. So the 51 Merc in the movie only had a little flathead, so I gave it to him for things that he's helped me for.
How cool
or
is
helped
that?
me with. Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So that's where that one went. Otherwise, it'd be still sitting at Vinny's. You know my mechanic, Vinny Bombats, you know?
Did you just drop that in FedEx or?
No, he came down. He comes down and does some work in a mill down in Ontario, California. And he came down and I just
Threw it in the back.
Yeah.
Cool.
He came down with a trailer. We stuck it in a trailer and off he went with a big grin. All right, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslingers syndicated radio and social media network.
And when we get back, it is our second
Power Packed Hour.
That's us. Give us a call. What's
I
the
got
number?
all excited on that, man. 1-866-870-5752. Again, 1-866-870-5752. And your topic was, what's the one?
The one gun you always wanted, when you finally got it, it sucked. Give us a call. We'll be right back.
How fun that he's calling in.
Yeah.
And still doing business.
Oh, there's the Woody.
Laying it down for you, man. A fan shroud would help. The question was, keep them golf carts hopped up in Scottsdale. Dual exhaust or turbo batteries. Do Jeff's horses come to him when called?
My boy Pete always did. He as soon as he saw me, he would come right to the door. The two that I have right now.
The new one.
Well, I don't
Chance?
have my new one right now. He is just a 5-year-old, so he's still pretty young. And he is a fantastic ranch horse, which means he could do anything on a ranch. He'd never seen concrete before. So his introduction to concrete was kind of like, you ever seen somebody who really didn't want to walk across a bunch of hot coals?
Look over the shoulder, giving you the side eye.
Oh, side eye. He's a big boy. He's a quarter horse cross with a God damn it, what's the great big ones? Draft horse. So he's a big boy. His name's John Wayne, by the way. And he looked at that concrete, looked at me and went, nah. So it took me about 4 or 5 minutes to finally get him to come out of the stall onto our concrete in the breezeway of the barn. And now I got him, my buddy Robert's riding him 5 days a week, and he says he's doing real good, and then all of a sudden he sees the line on the crosswalk, and he's just like, oh!
Just all this new stuff.
They don't see it how we do, they see it differently. So he's kind of squirrely around that. And
city shy.
Gutter water has been an interesting. This the little, this thick, itty bitty little gutter water. My boy Pete, when I first got him, had never same thing. Had only been on the ranch, and the first time he saw gutter water, I got him to go over it by jumping over it. All four. Whoop! Hopped it like a bunny with me sitting on him.
That should have been rather exotic.
Yeah. See, I was in my 40s then. So it was an
Young
adventure.
man.
Yeah. I'll be 66 later this month. I don't want to do that anymore.
Listen to your spine go. Grrr,
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm letting Robert work all that stuff out of him, and then when I get him back, should be a good boy.
I'm gonna go water up real quick. You need anything?
I'm good, thanks. Well, let's see. We got Jason in Santa Clarita, our friend Rick in Ohio, and Sean in Covina. We got plenty of open lines, guys. Give us a call. 1-800-866-870-5752. Oh, and yes, I am. Thanks to plantar fasciitis, I got my foot on a freaking ice pack. I tell you what, this is getting old shit. It's not working out for me.
Smith & Wesson nickel pocket pistol. Top break. Metal was junk. Too soft in the notches.
Which one is it?
This is worst. Eric is saying Smith & Wesson nickel pocket pistol in .38. Top break number 3.
Oh God, yeah. There's a reason that those old Smith & Wesson top brakes don't sell for much money. They're just,
They're like the bicycle guns.
yeah, the old Ivor Johnsons. Yeah.
Yes. They're made out of like the same stuff you make bicycle frames out of.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
Yeah. A lot of pot metal parts.
I still have one of those rattling around somewhere in 32 short. I bought it for a pocket pistol match once.
That was the only thing I have from my grandfather is an old H&R, about 1910, little 32.
Kind of everybody had one.
Yeah. Yeah. My grandfather was a master mechanic, and during World War II, he was working on airplanes out of somewhere in LA. I can't remember what.
This was the center of the aviation industry back in the day.
And he had a wicked set of tools. And when my pop died, I ended up with all this stuff. And over years of raising 4 sons and me with all my cars over the years and everything, I have nothing. I don't know.
Oh man.
He had everything. He had a cotter pen puller that to this day kills me. I don't have it. It was the greatest tool. It was this little square head, and you squeeze it, and these little fingers would come out and go and retract it all with one squeeze. The best damn tool ever, because if you've ever had to deal with a cotter pen, they are such a...
They can be.
Oh, man. Especially old rusty ones.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, and didn't matter the size, it just yanked it right out of the hole. Oh, here we go. I love this song. Oh, yeah, oh. What time is it? I've just got to know what time is it. 3 more hours to go till I hold her in my arms and tell her that I want her for my own. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger syndicated radio and social media network.
There you go. And
Wake up, Romano.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, that is the Jive 5 doing What Time Is It? It's one of my favorite doo-wop songs of all time. All right, let's get back to it. In the meantime, this is our calls, guys. We want to talk about guns that you always wanted and you finally got it, and it just absolutely sucked.
Okay. There have to be a few choices out there. Never meet your heroes, right? And again, one more time, 1-866-870-5752. That's 866-870-5752. Line up them calls.
Yeah, and let's get to our friend Rick out in Ohio. Rick, what's going on?
Hey, not much. I got about 3 things I want to tell you. First, the first gun I bought that I was very disappointed in was my 1994 model Winchester.
Oh.
And I had to take a cowboy suit.
Been there, done that.
Universal agreement here.
Yeah, I mean, I came back bloody and everything. Another thing I'd like to... it cut my fingers off.
I believe it.
I want to thank you all. My wife died September 10th, 2021. That was a Friday, and the very next day, Mark must have seen it on my Facebook page and had a moment of silence for us. And I've never really thanked you all for that. Thank you so much.
No problem at all.
That's hard, Rick.
This is what we do for our friends, of course.
Yep.
And then about the castle defense. When the police arrive, you're right, have your weapon down, point to the man or the individual that you've shot and say, arrest that man, he's trying to kill me, okay? Mm-hmm. And then point out any evidence, spent shells, whatever, and then say, I'm having chest pains, I need to leave. I need an ambulance and get out of there. And then the next thing you want to do, two things you want to do: call an attorney, you should find one that handles these cases, like the insurance company. Oh well, I belong to USCCA. So anyway,
good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes, but you get out of there and you tell your wife or whoever's there, do not let anybody in the house, do not answer the door to any media, and do not let anybody in the house without a search warrant. That's it.
Okay.
And shut up until your lawyer's present.
Yeah, that's the most important part, because anything you say, just even in passing, could be used against you.
Especially here in Southern California. So all good points, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, you all have a great show again. I love you guys.
Thanks.
Tell Jimmy I said hi.
We'll do that, Rick.
Hey, next time you're out here, let's go visit the museum again, and maybe you could tell us more than the curator did.
I doubt it, but I do want to come down and meet Jeff and Jimmy sometime when I come out. I want to come to the show.
Oh,
Actually,
great.
I'd like to go to Jeff.
You know, oddly enough, I've been getting Pete that we hired at the Azusa store asked me the same thing the other day. He wants to come in and just sit in the corner and watch. It's like, I don't know what you want to watch us for, but if you want, I don't care.
You got your shirts.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah, the shirts and the music. Yeah. All right. Hey, anytime, Rick, when you're out here, just let us know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll talk to you again. Thanks again.
He's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's jump over to Jason out in Santa Clarita. Jason, what can we do for you, sir?
Yes, hi. This is a question probably off subject about favorite guns. I actually have an entirely different question, if that's okay.
Sure.
Actually, my beef is when a gun manufacturer decides to make a rifle or a pistol or whatever, and they decide on the caliber of ammunition, like, what makes them decide to do it? Like, for instance, the 5.56. I mean, I love that round, and I love the gun, the AR that I shoot at. But why couldn't it have been like if I was going to design a gun, I would make it like a 5.60, a little bit heavier, a little bit. What makes them decide to stop at 5.56?
That particular case is a unique case, and that has to do with a kind of military logistics. And boy, I don't know how deep you want to get into this, but this is a field of some expertise. Okay, if you go to war, you're going to make 1 trillion rounds of ammunition. Okay?
Right.
You can bankrupt the nation on the difference between a 150 grain bullet and a 55 grain bullet. Literally, less material is used, less precious materials, the size of the case, the amount of the powder, that kind of thing. Then there is then there's the new war concept, which came out of the Cold War, which is if you shoot a guy and he dies on the battlefield, party over. When the battle's over, somebody's going to come out and do graves registry and that sort of thing. If you shoot a guy and you wound him, it takes 4 guys to carry him off the battlefield. Then you have to have an entire medical staff to tend to them. Then you have to have a way of flying them back to the host country, the home country, and then you have to devote all these resources that could have been spent on the war, hopefully to rehabilitate this individual. So that's the idea behind it.
And that was kind of McNamara and the Whiz Kids,
That's that
right?
period of time.
Yeah, and there's only one problem with that. Only we do that kind of thing. Everybody else just lays them on the ground and keeps moving.
And absolutely. And the rest of it is this. If you're the guy who is being shot at or having a machete swung at your head or whatever the heck it is, I don't care how long it takes for him to get better. What I want him to do is to stop attacking me.
Yeah.
I want him gone now. Anyway, so
the 300 blackout was kind of a good idea. It's a 223 or 5.56
necked
case.
up.
Yeah, necked up into a 30 caliber. They just don't quite have enough in their back pocket to do a lot. Yeah. But I am a big, if I'm going to have to shoot at people that are shooting back at me, I want at least a 30 caliber.
There's a reason for that. All it does is work.
Yeah.
Right, carbine, yes.
I tell you what, I've got a few, of course they're all over in Arizona these days, but I've got a few ARs that I converted into 7.62 by 39. They're fantastic. The mags can be a little bit difficult to get, and for a while they were calling them Franken mags because they were literally taking an AK mag and an AR mag and welding them together, and they have very funky shape to them, but they worked great. And now somebody's making those for real, and they work like a champ. And I like those guns a lot. Unfortunately, I never get to see them because they're all in Arizona. But there's that. Anyway.
Like I've obtained like a lot of like stuff from my guns and weapons and stuff from like bets. I borrowed $40 for you. I can't pay you back. And this one guy gave me a bag full of these 64 grain boat tail 5.56. Is that okay to shoot in my AR?
Sure.
They should be just fine. Are they 62 grain and are they green tipped?
They're green tipped, yes.
Okay, so that'll be 62 grain. That's the new metal cord ammunition, so be very careful where you shoot it.
Yeah.
That's, again, that's just fine to shoot.
Yeah. You shoot those outdoors, they're afraid of skipping and ricocheting and
Right.
starting fires.
Hitting a
and such.
metal target and sparking.
All
When
right.
I went to the gun range up in San Francisco, they took a magnet and went over my ammunition I brought with me to make sure. Oh, okay.
That's what's going on.
Oh, okay. And then one more question. I have a Ruger Mini 14 that I bought from B&B right after the North Hollywood bank robbery to support them.
Okay.
And it's funny because I was shooting and people are like, you only put 2.23 in that, and I go, what do you think? It's stamped on the top of the receiver, and so after a few times I asked, I go, why? He goes, well, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, because he doesn't either.
Yeah, right.
I literally had the vice president of Sig Sauer in my shop one day, and I asked him flat out, "What's the damn difference between 5.56 and 2.23?" And he goes, "In today's world, nothing. They're the
Practically
exact,
speaking, there's no
exact same thing. In the olden days, 5.56 was a little bit hotter and
Slightly different case capacity.
yeah, and didn't work in some firearms. In today's world, they're identical.
Yeah.
Tell that guy mind his own business and go shoot his own stuff.
Call the show and we'll explain it to him.
Yeah. All right, Jason, we're coming up on a break. Thanks for the call. Hope we helped you out.
you did. Thank you so much. You answered a lot of questions. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Take care now. Bye-bye.
That's why we're here, man.
Yep. All right, that opens up a line. What's that number?
866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752. Talk to the Gunslinger.
You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be right back. Kind of a forgotten band in today's world, the Dave Clark Five.
Yes. Big hit was
I'm a pieces, as we used to do it as tits and feces.
This is for the 3 o'clock in the morning Vegas
Yes,
crowd.
Yes. I hated doing that song because I always had to do this, the high part. Ugh.
In case you guys haven't heard, yeah, they're claiming the military M14 will be under $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's about market rate, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can get a brand new one that'll probably function every bit as good or better for that kind of money.
Probably have a better barrel.
Huh?
Probably have a better barrel.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes the phones. Blue moon, I keep shining bright. Blue moon, I keep on shining bright. You're gonna bring me back. Come on, baby, tonight. A blue moon, I keep shining bright. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, won't you keep on shining? Shine on, go and let me blue. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, won't you keep on shining? Shine on, go and let me blue. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio and Social Media Network.
And over the break, our phones are now blowing up. So let's get let's get to Sean out in Covina. What's going on, Sean?
Oh, not a lot, but greetings to the three amigos. Greetings to Jeff, Mark, and Jimbo on leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, I'd like to. I have a disappointing farm, and I'd also like to take us back to limbo, if I can. I'm going to give you a choice of 3 surplus firearms and see which one you would take.
Okay,
well, that'll be fun.
Give it a roll.
Okay, we're going to start from worst to interesting.
Okay.
This is World War I. You got to pick a rifle. I'm going to give you the first one, the LaBelle 1886 and 8mm.
Ew.
And then we're going to go to the Carcano and 6.5. No, I think I'm gonna give you a break. I'm gonna give you a break. I'm gonna give you a 303 rifle, but it's the Canadian Ross.
Actually, the Ross I think is a 30-06, isn't it?
No, the Ross is 303.
And it had a problem.
303
We did adopt it for a while.
Yeah.
And that had a problem with blowing back through the bolt, so I don't think that's my choice.
Well, yeah, but between that, a Lebel and a Carcano, I mean, ugh.
Well, I'm sure Jeff is good. He'll know how to reassemble the bolt so it doesn't blow back in his face.
Yeah, you give it to the gunsmith and say, fix this damn thing.
Okay, Lebel, as you know, is one of my favorite because it's got that tubular magazine with the spiral cut into it, so that the Spitzer point doesn't rest against a primer. But the French troops generally kind of liked it. The reload takes forever.
Yeah, I'm still going with the Ross. Is that
or a Carcano?
Well, no, I'm going with the Ross. I know that it has some issues, but I think you could fix those issues, and then it's a much better gun. I don't like those Lebels. We get them in, and ugh. And of course, Carcanos. Yeah. Is there a Carcano left in the United States that hasn't been sporterized? I mean, those poor things have been brutalized from every Bubba in, the Western Northern Hemisphere, and ugh. So, and plus, the 6.5 Carcano round is such a
pretty relatively anemic.
Yeah, and funky, and and of course, it's infamous for the Kennedy shooting,
which, according to the Warren Commission, makes it the fastest shooting, straightest, most accurate rifle ever made.
It was at 75 yards. Anybody can make that shot. Anyway, that's a whole other story. What was
what
your
about
other
you,
part,
Sean? Yeah.
Well, being the gun guy I am and how good I am with disassembling guns and stuff, I'm a chicken out and go with the Carcano. How about you?
Well, so we got a three-way split here then, because I would, with a sour face, I would take the Lebel, and Jeff wants the Ross, the straight pull,
and Mark gets to clean up and shoot that black powder around. Yeehaw!
Yeah.
No thanks.
I have people for that.
Yeah, no, you don't. Anyway.
Oh. Okay, I do have a disappointing rifle, but let's take out the Canadian Ross, and what if we threw in the 1865 Winchester and 7.62 Ruski?
Oh, the 1895.
Oh,
1895. Yeah, 1895.
Honestly, that's a pretty cool gun.
Yeah, I love the 1895.
What? I would take that first.
Yeah, absolutely. Lever action, sure.
Magazine fed.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes all three of us.
Thanks for throwing us a bone.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about one of my disappointing firearms, and I should have known better, but it was the Moss 1949-56.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I bought that, and I was dumb enough to pay $50 extra to have it chambered in 308 by Century Arms.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the French never adopted the 7.60 NATO.
They're different
because the Moss couldn't handle it. Their arsenals tried to shorten the spring. They started doing anything, and lo and behold, Century Arms found out the same thing the French Army found out in 1960. You can't do it. And I found out that the same thing in 1995, that on the 19th round it stovepipes. But it did shoot pretty well. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But that 19th round was a stovepipe, and I said, gee, and it has no collector's value because it's been chambered.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am with this piece of junk.
Well, the one thing that you can always be guaranteed about with a French gun is, A, it's never been fired, and... Oh, anyway, Sean, thanks for the call as always. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, you take care, and I should have taken your advice. Stay away from the frog guns.
Yeah, that's it.
There's that.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye. What's the old joke about any French guns? It's
only been fired once.
Only been fired once. Never been fired. Only dropped once. There you go. Hey, you know what? We got a lady to call in. Let's see what she says. Is Nicole in Culver City? What can we do for you?
Hi. Are you guys going to be at the next town hall?
We're discussing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a timing thing. We're really busy at the shop, and I don't know if I can take a whole Saturday out. But we've been to several, and the whole point. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. The whole point is to try and get business, and we get tons of people come up and say hello to us and be nice to us. But that's it.
But not a lot of business.
Yeah, we don't get any business out of it. And I've been a sponsor for many, and I got to come out of my pocket for that sponsorship. So it cost me, it costs what's it, Kevin, $1.25 to get in? It cost me like $5,000. Yeah. So
Well, I've met Jimmy and Mark a couple of times at the last two town halls, and as a matter of fact, I called several weeks ago and I said that I wish you guys were my neighbors. I don't know if you remember that call, but the reason I'm calling, I just had an out of body experience because this is really freaky. I love your music. I love it. I grew up with that music, and I can relate to all the songs. I love it when you sing along. And for the last several weeks, I've had this song on my mind that I wanted to call and see if you would play it. And it's been one of my favorites for years and years and years. And I kept thinking, nobody knows doo-wop music.
Right.
And I sat here, and you played What Time Is It?, which is my favorite for decades now. And I looked around the living room. I thought, where is that coming from? And you played it. I was in shock because I've been meaning, seriously, it crossed my mind a few minutes before you played it. Oh, I should call in and see if you guys know that song. Is that freaky or what?
I love that.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Jive 5, they had a couple of hits. This was actually a minor hit, and I always liked it. And then, of all things, they used it on The Sopranos. And it just ever since then, I was just like, oh man, I love that song. All the all my grandnieces and nephews, there's Uncle Jeff's song between that one and a couple of Louis Prima songs.
And that's the same thing with me. When I heard it the first time, I thought, I got to know what this song is. I went and got the CD, and then not too long after that, I live in Culver City, and I went all the way down to Thousand Oaks because they were having some kind of a doo-wop tribute to all those groups, the Jive 5 and stuff. I drove all the way out there to hear this group sing What Time Is It? And I'm in this third row singing along with them, and everybody's looking at me like, how did she know that song? But it's been my favorite for so long. So thank you for playing that again, or at least tonight. It made my day. I'm just thrilled.
Cool. Thanks, Nicole. I appreciate it, because to be honest, me and you are probably the only people out here who even know that song.
That's why I was leery about calling. I thought, who knows this song? But it's such a cool song, and the way their voices blend. It's like, tell people, just go look it up on YouTube. It is an incredible song.
It's a great song, and he does get the girl at the end. So.
Yes, he does. It was time.
Yeah. Okay.
But thank you for what you guys do. You guys are amazing,
Thank you, ma'am.
I really enjoy your show, and hope to see you guys again, maybe at a town hall.
Okay, very good.
Places.
Thanks.
All right, have a good night.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Nicole.
Well, what a sweet lady.
And doo-wop is a great genre.
Oh, I love doo-wop. Let's see. What do we got left? Okay, 2.5. Let's our buddy Robert. Robert, we only got about 2 minutes. What's going on?
Hey guys.
Hey.
This is Robert.
I know.
Okay, sorry. 2 minutes. The worst gun I ever bought, and I wanted a 10 millimeter. Go out. I'm like, okay, let me look at the Kimber. I like it, and then I'm like, oh, someone showed me the Glock, and I'm like, oh, well, that's like $500 or $600 cheaper. I'll just buy that one. Mistake. I've shot two clips out of it. I hate it. We'll never shoot it again.
Wow.
Glock 20.
What is it? What is it that you don't like?
It's a Glock. I'm not a fan of Glock.
Okay, well, I was going to say, if there was something specific to that gun,
I like Glock.
I'm not a fan of it. I should have, I can afford it. I should have bought the more expensive one.
Yeah.
And then the second one,
you still can.
Pony Express. Yeah, I know. Pony Express, walking through on the used rack. Oh, look, there's a 10 gauge side by side cut off at 22 inches.
Ooh,
had to buy it.
10 gauge.
Yikes.
10 gauge. Okay.
Hey, real quick, Robert, in the December auction, we just got this in with a couple of big collections. We have a handy rifle with an 18-inch barrel in 10 gauge.
Oh, how do you say no to that? Nice, lightweight, easy to carry.
Perfect gun to go along with that double.
Oh, so we sat there. Oh, let me jump 2 tubes into the thing, and of course, not knowing, you end up firing both rounds. Knocked me on my butt.
I would imagine.
I think I have fired once in a while. When I go geese hunting, I would actually I have a 32-inch. I'd bring it to Illinois just for giggles and say, "Here, try this."
Too much.
You had cars at 223 ammo with a green tip. That could be steel tips.
Can be.
It is.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
penetrator ammo. Yeah.
All right, Robert. There's real. We got to get going. Go real quick. Go.
Okay. And then another one is I took the boys out to go shoot AK format, and I'm pull out the clips. I have an AK clips or mag, sorry, for 223, and then for the regular round. It took me like 30 minutes to figure out which one I had.
Yeah, that can't happen.
I was like, what is this? What is this? I took a buzz machine to put it on. It took me like 45 minutes to figure out. So I just throw them all into tool drawers.
Yeah. All right, Robert, we got to go. Thanks.
Anyways, you guys are awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Call and say hey.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, when we get back, Tom in Temecula, longtime friend, we'll get to you first, and then we got Ed in Riverside, and Russ in Redondo's calling in right now. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
Back with more phone calls right after this. Got green onions hanging all over the studio. Precious thing gonna keep the vampires away. You understand?
That's like the greatest, most universal bumper tune music there is. I mean, for anything. Car show, gun show, freaking girl going shopping for a handbag.
Yep.
Larry Turner says, with your radio station in Vegas 840 going off for 3 weeks, do you have a plan for us to keep listening?
Well, yeah. They called me this week. We're switching over to their sister station. It'll be same setup, same times, everything. When that one goes off air, we immediately will switch over to the other one.
Immediately. Okay, good.
Yeah. So yeah, Vegas, we won't. You won't miss anything. We're just going to that other station. I apologize. I should have the stuff, but like I said, I've been frickin' busy. For the last 2 weeks. We're just about to get the September catalog up. We're trying to get stuff in for December, and it's coming in. I mean, they are rolling in like oranges. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I mean, while I'm booking in all these guns, people keep coming in, bringing us more guns.
Right.
Yeah. So it's been fantastic, but a little hectic. So. Okay. Well, anybody got a fix for plantar fasciitis? My feet are hurting so bad I can barely stand it. I've stopped walking because I can't, and I've put on 20, 25 pounds. I'm uncomfortable as all get out. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't want to do one of these GLP things. Have you seen these? Yeah, that scares me to death. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Yeah, that's some of the stuff. Those are up on the screen. You see it? We had a gentleman bring us in a whole bunch of stuff from the U.S. Bureau of Indian Services.
Wow.
Yeah, just bitchin' stuff.
Wow.
We got a real Texas Ranger badge. Just some unbelievable cool stuff. Sorry I missed Jeff. You getting anything for plantar fascia? I mean, literally every step I take with my right foot, it feels like I'm stepping on a nail. I got bone spurs in both heels, and they're just digging in. My left foot just
Those are two separate issues.
Yeah, what is happening is my heel bone is digging into my plantar fasciae tendons, and this one is just like a solid ache. It's not a real sharp. It's just a solid ache. This one feels like I'm stepping on a nail on every step, and so
man, I'm shooting cowboy action in tennis shoes because I can't stand in boots. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
Have you seen a foot specialist?
Yeah, I'm.
What'd they say?
Well, that sucks. Here's a shot.
Thank you very much.
Keep giving me cortisone, and it lasts for like a week. I'm not singing it. It's too high and too grouchy. Ooh, the red, white, and blue. I couldn't do it.
Now do it again.
Hail to the chief. Ooh, the point cannon at you, yow. Welcome back, everybody. I'm not doing it anymore. I'll lose my voice like I do with Joe Cocker. All right, let's get right out to Tom in Temecula. What's going on, Tom?
Good evening, boys.
How are
Tom.
you? I wasn't going to call in, but you've provoked me. And I admit that I was not paying close attention, so I may have misheard. But on a previous caller, did you not contend that a 223 and a 556 are identical?
No. What we said is basically identical in today's world, not ammo that goes back
I
sometime.
mentioned there's a different case capacity, but most modern rifles are built to take either.
And the difference is a few thousandths of an inch on the shoulder of the cartridge. The chambers are not the same. Aside from pressures and velocities and ballistics, the chambers are different sizes.
Yeah, but again, in today's world, now, a time ago, I would agree with you 100%. But in today's world, like I said, I even had the vice president of Sig Sauer in my shop, and I asked him flat out, you're making these guns, and you're calling them the 556. What's the difference between a 223 and a 556? And he looked me square in the eye and said, nothing.
So pretty much everything is wild chamber now, right?
He was wrong. A few thousandths is still a few thousandths.
Yeah, fair enough, and I'll probably get excoriated on the internet for saying that, but you
in fairness, you're going to get excoriated on the internet anyway.
Fair, yeah. No matter what I say.
There's no better place to be excoriated.
Yeah, well, because if you're on the internet, you know everything,
right?
Actually, I do, but that's a separate topic. What about the wild chambers?
What about the wild chambers? That's a very common fix, especially in the ARM platforms.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that you guys actually did or did not think that the 223 and the 556 are identical.
Yes, we recognize there's a subtle thousandths difference.
Yeah. I mean, a thousandths is, you can barely get that between your fingers. It's not a whole bunch. And in today's world, most guns will handle both without any issue. And most ammos are made. I mean, if you hold them up, you can't see a difference. If you hold them up,
I am OCD, and I worked as a machinist early in my life.
Then thousands.
Well, fair enough, and you are correct.
It makes a difference.
But in today's world, I'm pretty sure most firearms are going to handle either or just fine.
Yeah, the difference is in the pressures, aside from the case length. And separate but unrelated topic. Has the professor bought his BSS yet? Or is he still BSing about it?
A BSS or an SKB. I'm still beating the bushes for one I can afford. If you got any laying around, think of me.
All right.
Well, I will mention, and this not touting anything, but I have a 12-gauge BSS frame stock. There's no barrels on it, but I'd be happy to sell you the frame and the butt stock if you can find a set of barrels.
Intriguing. I will start that search tonight. Thank you. That's very cool of you, Tom.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Tom.
Good luck.
We'll talk to you later.
Okay. You're welcome, guys.
Bye.
It's kind of a sweet spot considering what I'm going to do with it, which is going to be throwing it down on a lot of benches and things like that because it's used for competition.
Yeah.
Cool. Go.
Well, or you could be at the California State Championship and possibly win one for nothing.
I can't tell you how many people I have told that to, and you got some really excited people, including some people from out of state.
Good. All right, let's get to Ed over in Riverside. What's going on, Ed?
Greetings, gentlemen. Well, I've been listening to the conversation and tuned in just after the hour break. So I missed whatever song it was you guys were talking about, the doo-wop.
Oh,
whatever.
What Time Is It by the Jive 5. That was what we did.
Okay. But last Friday, I got to go to the Redlands Bowl, which featured concert the Doo-Wop Project.
Nice.
Boy, those guys were superb.
It's a talent.
Man.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful old genre of music that needs to be kept going.
We agree.
Couldn't agree
And the
more.
Redlands Bowl is a great setting.
Yeah.
Yes.
My old band, The Trip, played there once. We opened for we opened for a Doors tribute act that has been around forever called Wild Child. Who they're still around. Yeah, Dave Brock is still the front man, and they're still going at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Well, I had two questions. One of them, you talked about the 300 blackout not having very much kick in the pants, and I'm wondering if the 300 whispers in the same category.
I'm not real familiar with that because I haven't shot one. So I have you, Mark?
I have not. So this one's outside of my experience.
Yeah.
The problem with the 300 blackout, and I'm going to guess the whisper to a lesser extent, because you're trying to fit everything inside the existing magazine well of the AR platform. There's just not a lot of horsepower behind it. So it's a real good CQB round, but everybody wants a rifle that will take down a determined opponent at 50 yards, and then be able to pick somebody off a hillside at 750 yards. And you get one or the other.
Yeah, you're not getting 750 yards for that gun.
And that's the problem with that.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got a couple of guns, and one of my favorite in 300 blackout to shoot is, of all things, a Remington 700.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a Remington 700 in 300 blackout, and it's a kick to shoot.
I bet.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other question, talking about the difference between 5.56 and 2.23, I have a very early Ruger Mini 14, parkerized from the factory, probably 1970s vintage. I think this may have come out before ARs were, but I'm not sure. Anyhow, it's just very early, and it was before there was 5.56. So would I be okay shooting 5.56 in it, or should I have it rechambered to the wild chamber configuration, or leave it the way it is and just shoot 2.23?
Couple of things. Number one, when we talk about the fact that most modern rifles are built and can take both of them, the exclusion to that is always the early Ruger Mini 14. So congratulations, you've got a sweet spot gun. Do you shoot it a lot? Are you training with it on a weekly basis, or just taking out once in a while?
Just once in a while.
You know what? Buy yourself a couple of boxes of 223 ammunition. You'll find it on virtually any gun store shelf, and don't even worry about it beyond that. That's my solution.
That's what I have a lot of 223 that I got back in the day, but now you go and there's both available, and so I just wondered, but still stick with the 223 on that one.
For that particular rifle, that is that one gun that we do concern about.
Yeah.
So without knowing, just get some 223. It's too easy. If you want to do the other stuff, you can. If you got the time, the money, the effort you want to spend on it, but you could, because you can just go out and buy a couple of boxes of 223.
We've had ammo in the past that literally said 223/5.56. So go figure. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
You bet, Ed. As always, thanks for the call. We'll talk to you again.
You're welcome. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Okay, take care.
I love the fact that he's talking about a 50-year-old rifle.
Well,
and the thing's still clicking.
And let's get to Russ in Redondo. He's got an interesting... Russ, what can we do for you, or what can you do for me?
Well, you were talking to Leon an hour ago, roughly, about automotive coolant. And in my college life, I took some chemistry classes, which I hated. And the last week of chemistry, we learned stuff that I really thought was useful. One of them, we were talking about the mixture of coolant and which is better. And chemically, and how everything works, according to the professor, it was a 50-50 mix of water and glycol coolant. Right. I'll say glycol because I don't remember what we were talking about. And if you add more water, it works worse. and if you add more coolant, it works worse.
So
it's the only good thing I learned in chemistry.
I totally understand that because I took it a few times and I don't think I learned anything.
Yeah, well, we're in the same boat, I think.
Yeah, usually what I did was I took a nap. That's another story. School and me were just never meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. And in the olden days, I used to have an old friend who was a mechanic, and he swore by water pump lubricant. He said he didn't like any of the coolants, only just water pump lubricant and water. That's all he wanted in any of his cars. And he drove some nice ones. So go.
Paul, the size of the pulley matters.
Yeah.
If you get too big a one, it slows it down, and if you too small a one, like Leon said,
I got my work cut out for me. Yeah. All right. Hey, Russ, thanks for the call and thanks for the info.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's fun.
All right,
that's
you know what?
Numbers from chemistry.
Yeah, and we now have a couple of lines open. What's the number?
The number is 1-866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752. You can call us about anything firearms related, but tonight we're talking about what's the one you wanted, and you got it, and you regretted it.
All right. Oh, and I was whining about my feet, and now what song comes on? Crying. You're listening to the Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll whine right out of here and be right back. Over you,
I don't even have that one anymore.
crying over you since you said so long, left me standing all alone and crying.
Okay, I have a question for you because I ran into this from a doctor because I have a problem with plantar fasciitis exclusively in my right foot. I've got that toe that's starting to bend over a little bit too. Do you wear arch supports?
I do.
And so you're already on that.
Yeah.
Because I get the stiffest plastic ones I can find, and then I glue a piece of real heavy, dense foam underneath that as well.
I've tried everything you can imagine, including I've gone to the guys that do the ones that they make them to fit to your feet. They take a measurement of your foot and do the whole thing. Doesn't fucking matter. I mean, nothing. I have tried everything. Dr. George used to give me cortisone way back. Didn't do nothing back then. This last guy, when I got the cortisone, I was good for about 2 weeks and then came right back.
So not good.
She's real fine, my 409. She's real fine, my 409. My 409. Well, I saved my pennies and I saved my dimes.
Giddy up, 409.
Before I knew there would be a time.
Giddy up, 409.
When I would buy a brand new 409. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I know it's a gun show, but I still love cars. What do you want?
I well do. Or motorcycles.
Yeah.
And airplanes.
If it hums or moves people,
Right.
Leon will help you out. Yeah, weed whackers. All right, you know what? Let's get to Mark in Nebraska.
Ooh, what a fine, strong name you have, sir.
Mark, what's going on?
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I was going to tell you, I work on old cars, and I started working on small engines when I was about probably 10 years old. And basically, I worked on all kinds of crazy stuff, like custom cars and stuff, too.
Okay.
And there's so many different things, variables it could be for, like, your car, or you talking about overheating.
Right.
And I did a lot of different things with, like, experimented with transmission coolers, oil coolers, and electric fans and mechanical fans.
Uh-huh.
And I bought a car. I bought a 3D3 Plymouth and a Fury, and that thing, it had a fan. It had a flex fan with no clutch on the engine, and it would just go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it ran so cool it wouldn't even warm up in the summertime.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a 3D3 big block. It was a high performance one too.
Nice.
And Yeah, and I thought maybe it didn't even have a thermostat in it, but when I took the engine apart, it had a thermostat. That the flex fan, that's one option, but it goes all the time, and makes it sound like an airplane.
Yeah, but, I have had flex fans on different cars in the past. Honestly, I have never had any good luck with them. So
the factory clutch fan, the mechanical fan, is probably the best, because then when it has a thermostat on it too, and it'll let it free spin when you're going on the highway. That's the best if you can put a mechanical one on the pulley, or check your electrical fan, because I know from experience, if you reverse the polarity, it'll go the other way. And also, some of them, even if you do that, they're not. You have to take the fan off and flip it around. I mean, the little propellers inside, because even if you reverse the polarity, the little propellers, the curve of them doesn't go the right way, so you need to flip it, and it depends which side it's on. But I would go with two of them, or one big one, and have it go push the air through to the engine, and then if you have to, you could put one on each side too.
I got a great big one on there now, but like I said, the one thing I didn't think to check was, is it pushing air out or sucking it in? So I'll be doing that one day this week if I get the chance.
Then you're free during all your free time.
In my 45 seconds I got this week to
hey, Mark, laying down some wisdom all the way from Nebraska. Thanks, man.
Yeah, we sure appreciate it, Mark. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, take care now. Bye-bye. All right, our friend Brent in L.A. What's going on, Brent?
Brent, shalom.
Shalom, you lonely, forlorn, power-packed gunslingers.
What's going on, Brent?
Well, when Jimmy's away, our heart, humor, and harmony are impaired. So come back soon, Jimmy.
He'll be back next week.
We need the high notes, man.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear our lovable turbocharged Leon will soon be back to do some much-needed California motor slinging, because we need to snatch Leon away from his Arizona vacation for another California Motorman mission.
Right?
But this time...
Right?
Yeah, but this time for California's children, desiring to go to Disneyland without being disappointed and accosted by Gavin Newslime's latest CO2 Comic-Con. And Gavin's gangsters are now putting pressure on Disneyland to transition their 60-year-old classic gasoline-powered cars for the kids at Autopia into electric-powered go-karts to save California from Happy Kitty CO2 internal combustion engines. Can you believe that?
Of course I can, because that's all they do. They find people that are having fun with something, and they just got to get in there and ruin it.
That's the truth.
It's like they're miserable human beings, and what does misery love more than anything else?
Lots of
company.
And I think, yeah.
I just say, got nothing better to do. Honest to God, you guys, you have nothing better to do?
No, they don't.
Pathetic.
And that's why we need Leon's voice to bring that, to make the internal combustion engine great again in America, and especially for kids. They're trying to turn kids away from gasoline-powered engines. These are one of the most magnificent devices ever created, and we're just trying to crush it.
Yep. I drove one of those when I was a little guy. Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah. Very cool.
We all did. It was a highlight for kids. You know.
Couldn't agree more. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like we have to get on Disney, and we need Leon to help us.
All right, I've got to call him this week and keep him informed on my car, and I'll let him know on that. Thanks, Brent. We'll talk to you again.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Frank.
Okay, before we run out of time, let's jump over to Jed in Phoenix. Jed, what's going on?
Yes, this question kind of talks, against you guys, is because I know you're in the business of selling guns.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking today at Cabela's and also Sportsman's, and they had smoking deals on a Ruger and a Savage 30-06, and it's like $400 for a brand new gun with a scope
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great. Sounds like a great gun. Yeah, it sounds like a great deal.
So, is there much difference between a 7mm and a 30-06?
Well, 7mm mag, I'm assuming, is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
7mm mag is a belted magnum, and the bullet is a tiny bit smaller, if I recall, diameter-wise. But it is going to get out there a whole lot quicker. If you're taking really, really long shots, which, to be honest, any kind of factory scope that you're going to get from them is probably not going to handle. Between the two of them, I would go 30-06.
30-06.
Because the recoil on top of everything else on the 7mm Magnum is a little unfriendly.
Yes, I had one before, and I got rid of it for that reason.
They're kind of a shoulder buster. So, and I'm 30-06 is taking just about everything in America.
Plenty.
Yeah, so,
and you'll find cheaper ammunition, cheaper brass.
I mean, you can go to just about Joe's Bar Grill and Auto Parts store and find 30-06 ammo. So I would go
unless
with
you're
that.
going elk hunting, absolutely.
Yeah, or expecting a long shot. I would stick with 30-06.
Cool. One more question before I let you go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a way of, do you normally check to see if a gun is stolen, like that comes in for the auction?
I have no. Believe it or not, ATF and the police departments have that information, but we are not allowed to see any of that. I used to have a friend at my old store with a local PD that I could call, and he would look it up for me, but he's retired, and so I don't have anybody that can check on that. All I can do is enter it into the FDAS system, which we talked about earlier, and believe it or not, California is supposed to do that check on that, but they don't. The only time they check it is literally once I sell
Once you sold it.
and on the 10-day waiting, the 10-day hold. That's when they do a check on the buyer, and the firearm. But other than that, I have absolutely no way of checking that.
Yeah, I went to stolenguns.com and Hot Guns. I called the sheriff's department. They told me to go to Hot Guns. I checked it on both websites. It came up good, but it also said that the only way you know for sure is through the federal database.
Right, which
the police department and the sheriff's department, they don't want to help you.
No. Well, they got a lot on their plate already, and they, to be honest, they probably don't know who you are, and you're just some guy, and nobody wants to work for nothing. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
And I don't expect them to anyway. So.
Yeah.
Just. Thanks so much. You guys are great. I love your show.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks
we appreciate it.
man.
We'll talk to you again. Take care, Jed.
Okay.
Bye-bye. So let's see. We got Ohio, Nebraska, Phoenix.
Yep.
We did
Arizona.
some stretching. Phoenix, yeah. We got some stretching.
I'm
up
sorry.
there.
You think I would know that?
Well, you've been there, I think. 3 or 4 times.
I've got a son who lives there. Yeesh.
Okay, so during the break, I was talking about this, so I'm going to make this real quick. If anybody knows a good thing to get rid of plantar fasciitis, let me know, would you? Give me a call at the shop. Go to gunslingerauctions.com, and you get the phone numbers. I'm always at the Orange Store from Tuesday through Saturday.
Help a brother out.
Man,
he's dying.
I'm limping on both feet. And because I can't do my, I used to walk 5 miles a day. I can't walk 5 feet without pain. And so I've stopped that. And because of that, I put on weight, and I can't, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I don't even drink coffee, but Coca-Cola is my one stinking vice.
Give the man a vice.
And, I know it's bad on you, but when I was walking 5 miles a day, I could eat and drink anything I wanted. It didn't matter.
You're burning it off.
I'm burning it off. And so I, since the surgery, which is, can you believe it's almost been a year? October 23rd will have been a year since I had.
Wow, we were around at third hit. Time is going fast. But man, I also have to say, very impressive how quickly you bounced back up from that, honest to God.
Well, that's, I just, the door to opportunity is Mark kicked in. That's the way I live my life. I just
That was damned impressive because that's pretty serious stuff.
I literally, I think I missed 2 weeks. I had open heart surgery, and I only missed 2 shows. And we were lucky enough, Rick from the CRPA.
Had to wrestle you down to keep you out the second week.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, Rick filled in for me 1 week, and of course Leon and George filled in for me the second week, or vice versa. I don't remember now. But
and we got them again in 2 weeks.
yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So tune in for that. You know what? Tell them we only got 1 minute left. Somebody's trying to call in, but we're not going to get
call next
to 'em.
week.
Yeah, call us back next week with whatever questions you got. In the meantime, last week I thanked everybody for the 7 years, and I was remiss in forgetting to thank all the folks here. You know, Big Ron, Little Ron, who answer the phones. Ryan in here over working all the stuff. Kevin over there.
The whole hardworking staff that keeps this show motoring. Gunning away.
It really does. And Kevin works so hard for us. So, Kevin, thanks so much for that. In the meantime, don't forget smiles, just little curves. That's a lot of things straight. Thank you, Leon. We'll see you guys next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night.